Hello there, and welcome to the Silk City Hot Sauce Show. My name is Jeff Levine. I'm the proprietor of Silk City Hot Sauce. I make the sauce. I clean up all the equipment afterwards. I come up with all the flavors. I ship the sauce. And I host the Silk City Hot Sauce Show. So I do it all. This is my goddamn company. And I'm going to have a show now, whether you like it or not. Okay? So first off, what is Silk City? In other words, where does the name come from? Why is it a Silk City hot sauce? Well, it's kind of an interesting two-part answers. Silk City is an homage to the old Silk Road, the ancient Silk Road, the trading routes throughout Europe and the Middle East, where our ancient ancestors traded silks, spices, religion, ideas, everything. It was like the first globalist community, you could say. It's where spices from places like India, like black pepper and turmeric and ginger, were caravanned all the way from India up through Arabia. Arabia, is that a thing? Through the Middle East, and made its way all the way to Western Europe, where black pepper and things like ginger and spices were considered the most elegant and luxurious of things. The spices were very expensive after having traveled thousands of miles on foot and camel and boat. Anyways, the old trade route was called the Silk Road. So that's Silk City pays homage to the old Silk Road, because what do? We put spices and peppers, we blend them all up into tasty little concoctions that you put on your food. Number two, my immediate ancestors, my mother and father are from Paterson, New Jersey. And then Paterson, New Jersey was an old silk town on the Passaic River. It was a textile town where they were known for manufacturing silk. So Paterson, New Jersey got the nickname Silk City. So when I was coming up with a name for my company, I wanted to pay a tribute to my mother and father and the ancient trade routes that dealt in spices. So I thought it was a perfect fit for the name of my hot sauce company. Okay, so that's where the name comes from. Okay, my name is Jeff, and that's just it. I'm Jeff. There's no story. Okay, I asked my mom why she called me Jeff, and she said, because I like the name. So I'm not named after any great people in history. I'm not named after any old relatives. I'm just Jeff. That's where my name comes from, plain and simple. She probably picked it out of a magazine at the ShopRite, for all I know. Anyways, where am I now? You know that my mother and father grew up in Paterson, New Jersey. I too grew up in New Jersey, but left many years ago. And just like the travelers along the Silk Road, I made my way to upstate New York, Pennsylvania, Massachusetts, and finally I settled in Vermont, in the Northeast region of the United States, next to New Hampshire, or I should say nestled between New Hampshire and New York, to our east and west, respectively. Massachusetts is directly below us, and Canada is directly above us. So that's where we are. We're a little snowy state, a little sliver of a state, known for our dairy. We're known for our maple syrup. which is an ingredient in many of Silk City's premier sauces. We definitely encourage the use of our biggest gross national product. So we were known for maple. We're known for skiing. We have beautiful hiking trails and mountains, and it's a nice place to live. It's the second least populated state in the country. I think Montana or Wyoming are the least populated, and which is only maybe 30 or 40,000 less people than Vermont's very humble 630,000 people. That's where I am. So I make the hot sauce here. I make it with local peppers. We have really good friends that run a beautiful farm in southern Vermont, and they grow peppers and onions and garlic and carrots and all kinds of fruit like apples and raspberries and peaches and blueberries. So these are all ingredients that I incorporate in the sauce. They're my number one farm. They're called Dutton Farm. Dutton Farm. I manufacture the sauce in their commercial kitchen as well. So it's a beautiful relationship that I've had for years. It's amazing. It's I mean, who else is manufacturing their sauce made from beautiful Vermont grown produce at the farm where it's grown? It's amazing. Okay. So I have this relationship with them that works out really well. And in addition to making the sauces, I think it's crucial that the bottles look cool. They've got to look cool. Hot sauce has always looked cool. I remember way back when every bottle had like motorcycles and chicks and just dangerous pictures on the bottle. The more dangerous the picture, the more skeptical you should be, or the more wary you should be of trying it if you're not up for the challenge. So hot sauce has always been cool like that. It always looked cool. I have a particular fondness for comic book artwork, and since I started this company, I've been setting up at different comic book conventions, pop culture shows, all kinds of shows. We'll get into that later. That's not what this show is about. But I've met amazing artists at the conventions that I attend and vend. And for example, I have a great friend named Charles, who is a comic book artist and writer and game creator. And when I told him what I was looking for the Slurp, we talked about it, and I love the old 1940s pinup magazines that featured beautiful models of the era, articles about fashion and celebrity gossip, things like that. The covers were always featured beautiful, seductive women, and it just really grabbed you from the on the newsstand. So the conversation we had about Slurp, I said, let's incorporate a beautiful woman on a beach eating a peach, and this is what he created. It's magnificent, beautiful. People love the Slurp bottle. People fall in love with her. I get that. I hear that a lot. People love the Slurp gal. Okay, so we're all about the sauce, and we're all about the artwork. Very important. Here, I'll show you another bottle while we're at it. This is one of our more recent bottles. Swamp sauce. Swamp sauce is a jalapeno sauce with a touch of habanero. I sweeten it I put Italian herbs like basil, oregano, and thyme, which have more green. So green jalapenos, green herbs. I sweeten it a little bit. And it's just an amazing verde sauce, fresh jalapeno and habanero. So it's kicked up a little bit. But the artwork, check this out. This particular drawing was made by my good friend Eli Porter, who I will put his link to his socials and all his amazing artwork somewhere where you watch this video. But this is a drawing he did of Arnold Lobel's Frog and Toad, but it features their skulls on their heads, and they're going for their famous joyful bike ride, Frog and Toad. So it's called the Swamp Sauce Hoppin' Jalapeno. And that is one badass looking bottle of hot sauce. Incredible. Okay. Here's one more. Here's one more for now. We love Kiss. Okay. We love Kiss. We're a Kiss family. My favorite album is Rock and Roll Over from 1976. An amazing sort of Japanese style flat print artwork that that Dennis Wollick had someone design. If you're a Kiss fan, you know what I'm talking about. Dennis Wollick was in charge of the Kiss department for the all the artwork design that Kiss had made for themselves. And Dennis Wollick had this design made, but not this design. He had it made with Gene, Paul, Peter, and Ace. But I reached out to my good friend Jesse Lumberg, amazing New Hampshire comic book artist, and said, let's make the Silk City version of Rock and Roll Over, and I call it Shake and Pour Over. So this is an homage to my favorite Kiss record, Rock and Roll Over. But mine is called Shake and Pour Over. And this is a tomato-based hot sauce, fresh tomatoes too. You should have saw it when George Dutton of Dutton Farm dropped the tomatoes off for me. I mean, it was like 400 pounds of tomatoes and like baskets and baskets and baskets and baskets of peppers. So the Shake and Pour Over is a tomato-based hot sauce with a big farm blend of peppers. Amazing. It's really good. It's really good. This is probably what most people would use on a regular basis that aren't afraid to try all the crazy sauces like peach habanero or strawberry hot sauce. This is like our most normal sauce, if that makes any sense. Okay. So I think we're going to end it there with our most normal sauce, the Shake and Pour Over by Silk City Hot Sauce. I forgot to put a banner on this particular video, but you can go to silkcityhotsauce.com, use the promo code FIRE, and save 20% off my website. Okay. This show will be about Silk City Hot Sauce. And I think I'll talk about other things too, like maybe a Silk City book report. I read books at night, and maybe I'll share some of the highlights with you. And maybe we'll talk about concerts that we go to or other interesting things that happen in the life of the Silk City Hot Sauce. You never know. You know, things happen. And if I feel like sharing it with you, I will. And if you like it, give a thumbs up and come back and check us out next time. So glad you were here. Till next time, over and out.